Hello. So for my final project, I decided to choose my own adventure and create an app wireframe for a company that I thought of called the Sustainable Switch. So the fashion industry is a leading cause of climate change because many companies sell fast fashion and poor quality products that not only harm the environment throughout the production process, but they are also thrown away in landfills by the consumers. So the sustainable switch solves this problem by synthesizing data across the web and endorsing sustainable companies. It's a liaison for selling these products, bringing more awareness and profit to these companies, while the app also retains a profit. It's a win-win. So there's an urgent need for serious change in the fashion industry to prevent further effects of climate change, and this is a great solution. So the app overview is that it is basically a sustainable shopping app. Users can scan the barcode of items they find to curate more sustainable art alternatives. Theoretically, the app would utilize artificial intelligence to search pre-approved sustainable companies for similar items. The app synthesizes the products from hundreds of sustainable companies to streamline the process for shoppers into one platform. Searching various websites can be time consuming and ineffective, which is one of the main pain points why people do not shop sustainably. Additionally, Sustainable Switch will give products a stamp of approval, and this can build a lot of trust with the users on the app, and so they can rely on these products and purchase them. So why sustainable fashion is so important? The textile and fashion industry uses about 1.5 trillion tons of water per year, while 750 million people in the world lack access to drinking water. Fast fashion pollutes water with toxic substances flowing into rivers and oceans. Every time synthetic materials are washed, microfibers are released into the water, causing 200,000 tons of plastic in the ocean every year. Soil depletion is also a side effect because hefty chemicals are being used in cotton fields. The textile and fashion industry uses fossil fuels and is responsible for 10% of the world's carbon emissions. This is a large contributing factor towards climate change. So you may be wondering why encouraging consumerism will help climate change. This is sort of a dichotomy. However, some of the main pain points for shoppers wanting to shop sustainably is the expensive costs and the additional effort because these products can only be found on niche websites. It is difficult to decipher the authenticity of a so-claimed sustainable product on a popular company as well. So by incentivizing consumers to purchase sustainably through the app, this increases the demand on the sustainable fashion industry. Eventually, this volume of customers cuts manufacturing and supply chain costs, making the products more affordable and accessible for everyone. Although thrifting, also known as secondhand apparel, is a great way to shop sustainably, this is not for everyone, and it also takes away from patrons who rely heavily on this service. Some goals I have identified is to increase consumers' exposure to sustainable brands because currently there are few brick and mortar stores for sustainable brands, and most people tend to shop at popular brand names. I also want to increase conversion rates of sustainable fashion purchases. Third, I want to streamline the process of shopping sustainably. As I mentioned before, shopping sustainably is more difficult than shopping at popular brand names. And lastly, I want to incentivize sustainable shopping by having community aspects and discounts. There's a community aspect much like the Apple Watch, where there's friendly competition between friends. There are several ways to get coupons, such as inviting more friends to join the app, gaining trophies for decreasing your carbon footprint, and winning competitions against friends. So my target market is individuals ages 15 to 64. This is very large because everyone needs to buy clothing and everyone should be shopping sustainably. It is projected that the majority of users will be women because women make up 53% of the global clothing industry, while men only account for 31%, with the final percentages being children. Some key performance indicators I have identified is the number of app downloads because this is a great measure of how effective our advertising is and word of mouth. When people download the app, they're interested in the product and want to get to know how it works. Second is the total revenue on product sales throughout the app. This is similar to Amazon, where we will be measuring the total sales revenue generated from the app. Although Sustainable Switch will only be receiving a small percentage of each purchase, this is still a great key performance indicator. And lastly, we'll measure the number of active users and sales conversions versus the number of people that are inactive and delete the app. It is important that users are engaging in the app frequently, and users will be randomly surveyed throughout their use of the app to gain feedback on how to improve the app and increase their retention rate. So lastly, why should an investor invest in this product? The sustainable fashion industry is expected to grow to 8.25 billion US dollars by 2023. This app has the potential to become the leading company in the industry by using artificial intelligence and synthesizing data across the web. This is very similar to the way that Amazon works. There is a huge advantage of getting involved in the sustainable fashion industry early on and working out the process before it becomes more popular. So the way that profits will be earned is through a percentage of total revenue generated by the app. These percentages will be worked out individually with each supplier, and additionally, we will run advertisements. So lastly is a philanthropic effort to diminish climate change. This is the main reason for the app. An investment in a thriving company that has the potential to grow and impact hundreds of thousands of lives is far more valuable than a donation to charity. This app has the potential to continue growing and reach across the globe to really decrease the effects of fast fashion and climate change. So finally, I will show you my simple wireframe. Right here, let me go back to the beginning. So first you open the app, it brings you to sign in or create account. So let's go ahead and create an account. You're gonna need to put in your information here and log in. Next, you're gonna select your age and your gender. And then you're gonna continue and select the categories of interest. These will really help the AI hone in on products that are of interest to you, especially when you'll see later it shows suggested products. So you can just click the products that you're interested in. And lastly, here's the home page. So we have a search bar, and in the home page top, we have a shopping cart, the home logo, and then a search bar. So if you scroll down, you'll see the most popular products at that point in time on the app, generated by all the users on the app. We also have suggested items for you. And if you scroll down, you'll see environmental news and tips. Right here, we will have products that are of interest. And then we'll also have a news icon to select here, bringing you to the news homepage. So one great point about the top is that you can just click on the homepage, the logo, and bring you back. So lastly, we have the newsletter, where you can submit your email to sign up for the newsletter. If you click that, you can press continue and go back to the home page. And then we just have a information drop down here for any other following questions that you may have. So one key highlight that I really want to bring to your attention is that here at the bottom we have this navigator, which is really great for just navigating the app rather than having a million continue or go back icons. So one great part of the app is right here, we have the leaderboard. So if you select here, you can see where you stand against all of your friends who are also in the app. And if you want to discover more tips on how to increase your standing in the app and decrease your carbon footprint, you can click here and it will just bring you back to that tips and newsletter page. You can also add friends by clicking this icon and invite friends to join and get 10% off any product. So if you put their email or phone number in and send this, you can copy the QR code and have that on your clipboard. If you continue, you go back to the leaderboard. Another great feature of this app is that you have your score. So this is how you can just measure individually how you are doing from week to month to year, and it will give you a tally of your carbon footprint and a percentage of how much you've decreased. Because this is really the main point of people really just trying to be more aware of their carbon footprint and decreasing it by making conscious, sustainable purchases. So another feature we have is this barcode over here. So if you're at a store and you need to see how sustainable a product is, or if you want to find a more sustainable product, similar. You just scan the barcode, click here, and it will generate the alternatives, bringing you to a page where you can search and shop for similar items related to the clothing, material, the colors, the shape. It will generate and look across all the previous certified products. So if you go here, it's similar to our shopping page, and it will bring you to a page where you can click on the icon and look at the product description and the reviews, and then you can add it to cart. If you do, however, want to remove from the cart, you can remove here and continue shopping. You can also just click add to cart directly from there. And let's go ahead and go through the checkout process. So you're gonna go click checkout, gonna bring it to your order summary. You can click what your shipping preferences and your selected payment method, input your card information, maybe a promo code, and order now. It's gonna thank you for your purchase and your tracking number. So now, as I have previously said, you can just go back to the home page and continue on your shopping destination. So that is all I have for my presentation. Please feel free to follow up with questions.